That. So, let me know. I need to know anything about that. Rob, let me just say, thanks for message. We had an incredible time at camp. There was a lot of rain, but it was a lot of fun. And, I don't know whose funeral it was because I kept having you stop playing. But, if you wait to say, started your, about the loss of the dead person, and then also saying 95 minutes of like a really full life. What was the and then with Paul Young, I definitely want to get that meeting scheduled, and Frank and Montgomery need to be a part of the meeting. So, if that's something that we can go ahead and work on scheduling based on the way you worded the email, let's do that. I don't think I can go away until March is back. I guess just reply appropriately. So if it's okay, that sounds great, Paul. I really appreciate it. Or if it's we just follow CC. I think right now, other than 611, but that's all I remember. So, if we that's what we can do that. And it's not, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna just respond and say that sounds great. I'll wait to hear from you on dates and times. So he says I'll ask Cynthia to look for a time after June 11th. It looks like that's Cynthia's copied, but I'm gonna blind carbon copy a week from now. Because it sounds like Mari will return next week. It may take a little longer for them to respond because he said he'd be after June 11th. But at least we've got that in play. And I'll go ahead and send an archive because we've got the follow-up CC set. That email from Clay about 1424, just put that in Rob Reed. Stuff from. So what I usually do for Rob Reed is I click it, mark it unread, put in Rob Reed. So this is the pitch deck. What I'm gonna do, it's a really large file. So I'm gonna download it. Let's see. And then he said Joel Superfund. So here's Joel's email that he's referring to. And I'll get ready to reply to that. Once this finishes downloading, I'm going to try to drop it in this email back to Joel. Looks like it's going to try to send a Google Drive link because I can't open it. It's so big. So sometimes that happens. We may have to like add it to Rob's Google Drive and how to send links that way. So yeah, let me let this finish. Sorry. And then I'll write a response back to Joel. See whatever Rob says in his box here. And you can see I pause and play as I go because sometimes he sends them in chunks, which I actually prefer. I used to send like 5 boxes, so this is better.
Okay, I don't want to waste time on this video, so I'll take care of that afterwards, but I'll still pretend like I'm going to send it. Okay, so like I said, I would normally attach the pitch deck like he mentioned, and probably click send and not send an archive yet, because what I'm going to do is download this Word document and create a task in Nozbe under Claiborne Temple to-dos. That's usually where most of this Claiborne stuff goes, and it would just say review Joel Superfond Claiborne update, and I would attach the document and then assign the task to Rob, and he said make it a 1 today. So hopefully that makes sense, but like I said, I'll come back to that since I'm waiting for that to download. And I can probably go ahead and archive Warren's email with the pitch deck, since I've already downloaded it, and that's what it was for.
Same thing with the transition team email, make that a 1 in Nozbe.
So again, that'll probably go under Claiborne Temple to-dos. I'll assign it to Rob, make it a 1 now, tag it 1 now, and I think he even has an Anasa tag category that I could tag it. But I'll probably just copy and paste this email in there, and that way when he's doing his 1 todays in Nozbe, it'll be a task that he can work on. So I'm going to start both of those so I remember to make those Nozbe tasks. Sometimes he asks for a Nozbe task, and sometimes he asks for 1 now, or a Rob read. So just listen for that, and then once it's in Nozbe, usually you can archive it, and he'll interact with it there.
And then the Chad Martin deal, when you submit that policy to tomorrow, I'm trying to ask him about who all needs to be involved in that, whether it's, I know Laura does, but whether it's me and Laura or if Frank is involved or not, supposed to be involved, and so forth. So just give me until tomorrow to respond on that. Alright, there's Laura Martin Fox did finally come through, so I'm all set.
Okay, so I'm going to use this till tomorrow. This is the Chad Martin email string, and just make myself a note that says Rob to follow up with Frank to see who needs to be involved. And I'll send an archive. And I'll go ahead and do that with the invitation for the doodle poll, since that's what I'm going to be filling out if Rob wants to go to that meeting. Okay, so he obviously didn't mention a few of these. The John Carroll, he didn't mention the game, but it's on his calendar. This is the baseball game that he's coaching. So I'm going to go ahead and archive it because he knows about it. There wasn't anything to do with this email, that they would just be getting back to them. He heard it. He didn't mention it. He doesn't always say to archive, but, you know, common sense. There's nothing else to do on this email. Same with the Jeremy Kelton. I told him it was in his pocket, so he's probably going to look at it in his pocket, and there's no response really needed unless he would have said otherwise. And then we know these are going to be Nozbe tasks. And this one, he did not say anything. I'm actually going to probably just leave it, or what I'll sometimes do is forward it to tomorrow CC and ask him again tomorrow. he does want to do anything with that.